I'm foaming at the fucking mouth. I'm losing my shit. What up, home slices, home fries, and homes of the varieties? So guys, I have a huge announcement. And no, it's not about my Oracle cards, even though, yeah, they are now up for sale on my website and on TikTok Shop. But no, this is much bigger. This is paranormal news, okay? This is tea. So, you know how Elton Castee and Matt Rife bought the Warren House and Museum, right? And how there's over 750 objects, including Annabelle, in the museum, right? Well, this girl is going there in November to investigate with a group of 8 people, la la la. And it's so exciting. Oh my god. Dude, I am so stoked. I'm not going to say who those 8 people are because I don't want to ruin the surprise if they are going to announce it on their socials. So I'm not going to ruin that for them. But I'm excited. And I want to talk about that because I know there's a bunch of people going off about it because of how expensive it is. How it's not fair and how it's a ripoff and la 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 la. Listen, I am not a rich person. Listen, I'm not. And compared to a lot of these other places, for what you're paying, it's actually, I would say, within ballpark reasonable, okay? So if you don't know and you haven't been, looking around to see what it actually costs to stay here, it depends on the day too. But for right now, it costs, now I'm reading this from the website and I'm going to put up screenshots. So this is direct information from the website so we don't spread any misinformation because there's a lot of misinformation going around and it's actually pissing off Elton and Matt Rife, which is understandable because it's spreading a lot of anger when there doesn't need to be, right? So right now, if you go Sunday through Thursday at nighttime, it's $1,999. Okay, Friday and Saturday, it's $2,299, and that is for 20 hours overnight and a group up to 8 people. So it's not per person, it's for a group up to 8 people. That's pretty good. If you can get 8 people, that's about $250 per person. So I'm lucky that I could get in with a group of 8 people, so my cost isn't too bad. For me, the cost is going to be more so with getting my dog Ghost daycare, and the good thing is you get to stay on premises and stay overnight, so you're not sleeping in a hotel and spending extra money there. But I'll continue with the information. Alright, so I'm going to go through each thing and break it down. And again, you can find this information on the website and through their YouTube channels. So, this overnight stay includes private access of the entire home. Check-in is at 5:30, and then 1:30 p.m. checkout. So again, 20 hours of total stay. You get 4 hours of access to the museum room with all the artifacts, and that's from 9:30 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. And you have supervision from experienced staff and spiritual protective measures and history provided by staff. And they're gonna probably be very strict with the rules, that making sure you're following them. And they like to bring up over and over again, especially on their website, that they are providing a toolkit that's roughly worth $25,000 with over 50 devices, like paranormal pieces of equipment. So that's like your REM pods, your EVP recorders, cameras, and things like that. Night vision body cameras, which is great because I don't have like good portable cameras. When you see me film videos, I have my webcam, I have my phone, and I have those junky cameras I used to film Fort Mifflin, and the audio on them things are garbage. And then my husband has his fancy schmancy black magic camera, but they don't do very well in dark. They don't do infrared light, so I have to see if I can get an attachment for my other cameras. They will provide basic essentials and accommodations such as holy water, bedding, towels, bathroom essentials, drinks, and snacks. Honestly, even though they'll have like a list of restaurants and things around the area, I would probably pack a cooler of food and bring that with you so you're not wasting time looking for food. And or if you have health issues or conditions where you can only eat certain things, I would personally just bring your own food. That's probably what we're gonna end up doing, just because I'm so high maintenance. No, I'm just kidding, because I'm allergic to everything. But I'm glad that they're going to provide a lot of the equipment, just because I don't have a lot of stuff. And personally, if there are people that can afford to book this, I mean, they might not even have a bunch of equipment, and they're going to be putting in a lot of their money into booking places like this, so they won't have the money to buy certain pieces of equipment. So it's good that you have this opportunity, and plus the cameras. Though they do state in their website down, if you go towards the frequently asked questions, they list some of the pieces of equipment that they have, like the Ovilus. I always wanted to use one of those to see if it's even worth buying, because they run up to $450 and more. Thermal cameras are cool. I know you can get the little attachments that you can put on your phones, the motion sensor music boxes, REM pods, they're not too bad. Spirit boxes, spirit boards, so personally those are like Ouija boards. I ain't messing with that. Flashlights, spirit watch, I don't know what that does, I've never seen that. Tripwire, we've used that at Astral Paranormal, those are cool. Spirit lantern, we have one of those on Astral Paranormal. Boo Buddy, don't know what that is. I should know, but I don't. And so much more, so that's really cool. Dowsing rods, I personally am not a fan of dowsing rods. I don't think they work. I think they work more for locating water. That's just me. But hey, they might work for other people, but they do not work for me. But so other stuff, basic house information, sleeping, showering, and amenities. They have brand new beds that can accommodate up to 8 people, with 2 queen beds, 2 twin beds, and 1 twin bunk bed. All bedding is provided, and you can sleep normally in beds unlike other locations, allegedly. 3 of the beds are Murphy style beds that fold out when needed, and they do that to maximize the area for paranormal investigations for those that may not need all the beds. And they have 2 full bathrooms, thank God. Towels and basic essentials, which is great, and you can shower there and use the bathrooms. And they have security systems, so people can't be breaking English, please. They can't be breaking and entering, so that's great. And they have a private and secured parking situation on the property. And they have rules that they have listed on their frequently asked questions. So they're saying 0 tolerance for candle burning, incense, vaping, or any smoke or fire of any kind. And if anyone does it, the fire station will be called, and you don't want to be one of those people because you'll probably get kicked out and removed from the property. So don't be doing that. And they have a designated smoking area. No pets allowed. But then as of 10 p.m., guests will be asked to no longer utilize the front yard or front porch. Ooh. And then they have the spiritual and physical protection measures. Every guest will be asked to sign a physical liability waiver as well as a spiritual liability waiver. Safety is top priority, which honestly is very similar to, I think, the Zach Bagans Museum. Protective measures and items will be given to all guests to use at their discretion. Holy water, rosary beads, protective items, prayer cards, and more. That's good to know. There is also spiritual sanctuary, a highly protected and blessed area that can be utilized at any time with additional protective measures there as well. Cool. You are staying overnight in one of the most haunted locations on Earth, steeped with decades of paranormal history and home to nearly 1,000 items, some of which are demonic. We are not liable for any physical or spiritual afflictions that may occur during your stay or at any point afterwards. This includes, but is not limited to, scratches, possessions, attachments, vomiting, fainting, levitation, sleep paralysis, bruising, black eyes, psychic wounds, nightmares, voices in your head, astral projection, and beyond. Bitch, I experience this on a daily basis. Just kidding. Not the possession part or the attachment part or the script. Okay, I'm kidding. Okay, but it does say that on their website. Occult museum and haunted passageway access. Again, you get 4 hours of private and exclusive access with all 750 plus items, including Annabelle. Yup. I'm not going to read all of that because I feel like I've already said it. Oh, ghost hunting and camera equipment. So you're gonna get to use all of their stuff, but you're gonna be asked for a credit card to be put on file in case of malicious damage or theft. Tools do break, accidents do happen. The credit card on file is in case of theft or intentional destruction, such as throwing something at a wall. Yeah, don't be one of those people. All devices will be on an organized and marked shelving system in the kitchen area of the home so everyone can clearly identify what tools have been taken and what needs to be put back before checkout time. All devices will be charged and prepared for you by staff, which is great. A QR code will be provided that has short videos on how to use each tool or camera. That's handy because I am technologically stupid. SD and micro SD cards are not provided, so you have to bring your own. We may have SD and micro SD card packages available to purchase if needed, but this is not guaranteed. Plus, it's probably going to be expensive, so just make sure you have your own. The 2 Canon XF405 cameras utilize standard SD cards, and the 6 body cameras utilize micro SD cards, 64 gigabyte cards at minimum per camera. We are not responsible for the filming, offloading, or anything regarding to the cameras other than providing them. You need to have your data transfer stations probably, but you could probably do that at home when you're done. Just gotta make sure you have your cards and don't lose them. Oh, this is important too. Your filming and social media rules and regulations, because you have to get authorization before you upload your content. This is another thing that a lot of people were pissed off about, and initially I was annoyed with, because it's already expensive to book with these guys. But now they want to charge you extra to publish any type of content. So the minimum length would be, holy crap, 3 minutes to 30 minutes, just about. Starts at $200. But that's because of all of the information and all the allegations regarding the Warrens that is out there. They don't want any of that stuff coming out. So you have to be careful on what you say, or they will not approve your stuff, or they can get you for copyright, or says any content that is posted without approval is subject to copyright, takedown, and legal repercussions for violation of the overnight rental agreement and filming guidelines that will be signed upon arrival. So you are signing a contract. So if you sign that contract and then you break that contract, legally you are responsible. However, listen, one thing that many people don't say, like what they don't include when they're kind of complaining about this, is that Elton and Matt do give you access to a crap ton of drone footage of the home and B-roll of the house museum artifacts and a large quantity of archival photos, videos, etc. that are not found on the internet, which honestly is awesome because, and I feel like a lot of that stuff, like when you watch the Conjuring films, when you watch the end credits and even some of the footage from, I think it was the Devil Made Me Do It movie, especially the court case one, they were pulling quite a bit from the archival footage with the case there. They pulled a lot from archives. That footage is very, very impressive, and I would say important, but like you can do a lot with it. And I feel like too, it's not gonna be footage that everybody has. You're paying for the B-roll of the house museum artifacts, and then the archival photos and the videos, and then the copyright part of it too. It's kind of like if you go on, I don't know, Photo Bucket for example. You have to pay to use some of those photos, right? It's no different. So they're just trying to get their money there, which I don't blame them. They gotta keep up that house. That house is old. They gotta fix a lot of stuff, keep it up. They gotta take care of those haunted objects. They got to also keep up the cleansings. They got to make sure that when some of the items, like Annabelle for example, even though they keep moving the case around, they should leave her be, but that's another story for another day. But some of the items that are sealed, they got to keep restoring that and keep blessing that. That takes money. Like, you have to hire priests. Some of them might do it for free. I don't know if they're paying priests and things, but everyone that comes in and works on the house, keeps the objects like intact, all of that takes money and time. Someone's got to mow the lawn. Someone's got to fix, I don't know, the plumbing and the lights and all that shit to keep that place running. So I understand. I understand. And just like the more I think about it, the less frustrated I get. So, I know it's not common for places to charge you to release content on a location. You mostly see that with federal or state lands or forests, but not with haunted locations. There are some, but not many. So, I understand. I don't fault him for it. They got a lot of upkeep. And then also, since they have all these pieces of equipment, those go through wear and tear. They gotta make sure that those are good. They got to replace things as needed. So I understand. And researching the paranormal, it's not something a person has to do. I would say it's more of a privilege. So I'm grateful that I have this opportunity to have this type of field experience because, yeah, I've seen some of the objects in person and I have been able to remote view the Warren Museum a little bit, but being there in person versus remote viewing is a completely different animal. So I'm excited. But anyway, here are the rates for filming and releasing content. I think they said they have 2 people reviewing the footage and it's going to take them about 72 hours to go through it. And again, they have to go through it, and they say if our team requests changes in the content for factual accuracy or removal of subject matter that demonstrates intentionally disrespectful behavior, that content must be resubmitted until approved. There are no additional filming fees for additional rounds of approval. Thank God. Now, if you're looking to live stream, you have to contact them beforehand to discuss potential approval and be given filming rates to do that. And they will have staff monitoring that stream at all times to ensure factual accuracy. Household guidelines are met and respectful intent is maintained at all times. And then they say any production company must contact us prior to booking to seek approval and any potential restrictions that may be in place. If you're making any piece of content under 3 minutes, that will not result in any additional filming fees. But I think they just want to maintain historical accuracy, respecting the Warrens, the property, making sure there's no slander, which, yeah, I understand. It says no filming for network television without explicit permission prior to visit. No sponsored content, advertisements can be filmed on the property or with the property in the background under any circumstances. No drones because they have neighbors. So that's pretty much the gist of the information. Again, everything is on the website. And when you book the location, they will send you the address. And on their frequently asked questions, they give you like a rough, like closest airports, major nearby cities, like minute wise, and so on and so forth. So I think it's important to check out. But I'm excited. I'm curious to see what astral realm experiences I have. I want to know if I'm going to have sleep paralysis. I don't even know. I don't even know what's going to happen. Dude. Ooh, and I can bring my new deck. And, I was thinking that I was going to send my deck to Elton as for a tool. Because you can send them haunted items if you don't want it and you just want to get rid of it. So right now they're sold out. And because they sold out within, I think, 12 hours, they're going to open it up again in a few months or so. I don't know. You're gonna have to go look on their live for that, because they did say it. I don't remember when, but they will open it up again for another 90 days. But I think it's like from February to May, and I'm sure that'll get sold out in 12 hours again. Yeah. But once that's done, they're going to move all those objects to a separate museum. So that's why it's very important to get out there if you can, because this will be like the last time those items will be in their original habitat. So that's why I'm really stoked. But yeah, I want to get my cards. I want to use my cards there as a potential piece of equipment to see if they pick anything up and validate. And guys, if you want, again, you can get your own deck. They're on my website. Link is in the description box below. And again, they are in TikTok shop as well. And if you're in another country, you should be able to get them still. Doesn't matter. But yeah, guys, that is my major update. I'm fucking excited. Like, I'm foaming at the fucking mouth. I'm losing my shit. So, I don't know. I hope you guys are excited as I am. I don't know. It could just be me. Could just be me. And despite what you think about the Warrens, I'm excited about the objects and doing research and testing out my psychic abilities and doing all this stuff. I don't know. And meeting new people and networking and all this stuff and seeing Fire Doll again. Maybe, ooh, I'll leave a drawing. Ooh, I'll give them the Fire Doll drawing. How about that? Be like, hey, here's a picture for you. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Sounds like a plan. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all soon. Peace out.